Hey, good morning. Down in my basement workshop, and one of the important things to be able to do as a machinist is sharpen your steel tools. And a lot of them you have to hand sharpen, the cutter grinder's not going to get you out of everything. And I've got that project out there. A little bit of bad contact on a spindle taper. And that particular spindle, it's heat treated, but it's not real hard. So I can scrape on it a little bit and try to correct it so the tool holders fit a little bit better into it. Now, down here in my basement woodshop, I was actually really able to get into woodworking because I could sharpen my machinist tools. And in woodworking, sharpening tools is really important. Here's like a chisel. And this is one of my, I found this thing and it was just like solidly rusted. And I blended a little bit of metal and wood. These brass bushings here are actually bushings out of a Harley-Davidson engine that I repurposed and put on this bloodwood handle for this chisel. See, I even got a little smacker in there. It works real good. Blend a little metal and wood. So being able to sharpen tools by hand is kind of a skill that you have to practice at. There's just no doubt about that. And I'll show you the sharpening setup that I got now. And I put it together over a period of time. Let's have a look at this. I might have touched on this briefly in another video. Now what this is here, excuse me, I think I breathed in some sawdust down here, is this is a knife sharpening station out of a meat packing plant. And this is a really cool Pittsburgh Erie knife sharpener. Isn't that good? Okay. Handy for a lot of things. Little belt grinder there. Okay, now this is a standard Norton multi-stone. So I'll take the cover off. And they have an oil bath. And what I'm using is number 6 spindle oil that I drain out of this woodworking machine because it has an oil circulating system and it's really high speed and kind of it turns the oil orange after a while from aerating it. We're talking about oil cavitation. It kind of happens on that woodworking machine, but it's got a settling system. So anyway, so you can flip that and get that coated with oil. Now these other things I got here, this is a really old antique stone. It's man-made, and I think it's called corundum. And it's sort of made from industrial rubies, from what I can gather. But I'll tell you what, you can get things really, really sharp, and this is probably out of a barber shop for razors. Now these are concrete blocks here that I have wet dry paper across, and I find these mostly handy for the woodworking stuff. But so that's kind of the setup I got here. And the tool I got to sharpen. Now I just picked this up at an antique store and I haven't used it, but I think it'll work pretty good. This is a bearing scraper and it's pretty dull. And you kind of have to look and see how things are ground. Let me grab this other bearing scraper here. Not that one, this one here, it's easy to see. Now, this is a bearing scraper, and I believe it's a factory made, and they made them out of old half-round files, and so it's hollow ground on the face here, okay? And so you sharpen these edges, and be working on those edges. And this one here, I was noticing, it's not hollow ground. It's hollow in the center here, but this appears to be flat. And so I'm going to have to start working that down and getting that flat like that. And then getting it over on its edge like this. See? Work it like that. And you work it like that. Okay. I'm going to put this on the tripod and start just working a few things and talking about it. Okay, get it back up here. And let's see if we can get over here. Move this thing down. Okay. Now that's probably pretty good. Let me lock it up. We'll call it good there. Okay, I'm going to flip it to a coarser stone here. And I got 3 stones on this. This is a coarse stone, aluminum oxide, and this is what they call an India stone. And it's a man-made stone, though I think there was real India stones. Now this one here's an odd one. It's a really hard aluminum oxide, and it's just for deburring. And you want to, like after using some of the stones, you might want to go across that just to knock any burrs off before you go to this stone here, which has the last say, and that's a hard Arkansas stone there. So this is the last touch that I do. I also have let's see if I can unhook that, a razor strop too, and that comes in real handy. Ever draw a mule hide? Okay, I'll put that back over here. Okay, let me get that one scraper. This one, yeah, this one I want to. Now, when you sharpen something like this, okay, let's start with the coarse one. And this is the edge. And what you got to do is you got to go by feel. You got to rock it into the stone. See? You got to just find it and rock that edge in until you feel it drag. And it takes a lot of practice to do this. And see, I'm going to go on this side. You can actually feel it when it starts knocking the little micro burrs off and it starts getting sharp. It gets smooth. And then you can feel it just slightly drag as you rock that edge in. See? If you don't practice it, it's hard, it's something you just got to do. Now, this is getting pretty sharp. I can feel it. Hold on, let me grab something here. Wipe that oil off. There we go. It's oil wiped off now. And it's starting to get sharp. Let's see if it'll shave my thumbnail. See? I don't know if you can see that, but it's shaving my thumbnail. See that? That's sharp. Okay. It's that easy. Now, hold on a second here. I had to have some coffee there. I drink coffee this time of day. Okay, look at this. This is a drill bit. And a lot of people don't know you can do this. You can... I knew an old guy, and I'm not kidding you, he'd sharpen a new drill bit by hand. It's sort of the same way. Let's see if I can get myself in a good position here. I kind of have to tilt my head funny and get that edge and start pulling it and rolling it into the edge and then pulling it out. Roll it back. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, I'm sharpening a drill bit on a handstone. Just to prove a point. See, it's starting to kind of catch it there, but I want to catch it right there. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I'm starting to get that feel now. It's going to take a few. The light's not good enough for me. Let's see if I can do that better. Oh, yeah, it's getting sharp. See, you can shave my thumbnail with that. See? Okay. Now, I just proved a point that you can sharpen just about anything, but you got to practice, see? You got to practice with this. Okay? Okay. We'll get back to it. Thanks for looking at this.